When I first decided to apply to graduate school and start studying for the GRE, I went to a local thrift store and picked up a copy of a tattered and heavily written in GRE prep book. It didn't take me long to realize that this was not going to be the most effective resource for my preparation. So, in addition to signing up for Magoosh, I also did some research and discovered that not all GRE prep books are created equally. I'm Mason, a GRE expert at Magoosh, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 best GRE prep books so that you don't waste even an ounce of your brain power or your time on anything less. First, let's talk about how we should evaluate the quality of a GRE prep book. I've boiled this whole thought process down to 4 criteria that I use to evaluate any GRE prep book. Here they are. The depth and quality of the review material. So the question I would ask is, does this book thoroughly and carefully and accurately explain all of the concepts and skills that are essential to performing well on the GRE? Because if it doesn't do that well, what chance do I have of succeeding on this test? Secondly, what is the overall quality of the practice questions? Do the practice questions accurately reflect the format and the difficulty of what I can expect on the actual GRE? Because I don't want to work with questions that are maybe of a sort that I wouldn't actually see on the test, or they just don't represent the difficulty accurately. Maybe they're way too easy, or on the other hand, way too difficult for what I would actually expect from ETS. So this is a good one to dig in on and assess right away. The third criterion is the clarity and thoroughness of explanations. You can have all of the high quality practice problems in the world, but if they don't also have thorough and easy to understand explanations regarding how the problem should have been solved, well, you're not going to get much out of making mistakes. And making mistakes is probably the best way to actually learn on the GRE. So make sure, in addition to those high quality practice problems, you get high quality explanations of those problems as well. The last lens to look through is the number and quality of practice tests. Practice tests should be a staple in your GRE preparation. So when you're looking at books, ask, well, how many practice tests come in this book, and are those practice tests of a high quality? So these are the lenses that we in Magoosh look through when we're judging the quality of a GRE prep book. Now, on to the results. So here it is. Our best number 1 overall pick for GRE prep books is the Magoosh GRE book. 468 pages of in-depth coverage covering every major skill and concept on the GRE, over 130 practice questions, an entire practice test, all at one affordable price. Well, that's tough to beat. Every single question in our Magoosh GRE book is tested and examined by industry experts to make sure you're getting the most accurate and highest quality material possible to prepare for the GRE. If you work diligently through this book from cover to cover, you're going to be in fantastic shape for your test. Our second place book, our runner-up, is the official guide to the revised GRE test, 3rd edition from ETS. This is an absolute favorite by our employees here at Magoosh and across the industry, and for good reason. If you can buy just one book, honestly, this might be it. Now, be warned that the overall tone and language in this book might not be quite as friendly and approachable as other books in the market, but if you are someone who can power through that dry content, you're getting the highest quality questions possible because ETS writes the actual questions for the GRE. So make sure to give this book a close look because it is a stellar resource for you. And our 3rd place spot is held by ETS's official GRE verbal reasoning practice questions and ETS's official GRE quantitative reasoning practice questions. This is a 2-pack of books that will provide you with a treasure trove of practice questions. Especially when it comes to the quantitative side, this volume of quantitative questions has really useful strategies, that some of which are very new for solving these problems, and the problems tend to be a little bit more challenging. So, if you're someone who is running low on practice problems or simply needs more challenging content to hit your score goals, look no further. This is a great resource of supplemental practice questions for you. In addition to locking down some good books, it's important to remember that you might also want a study plan and to incorporate some resources such as vocabulary apps into your repertoire for a holistic preparation. So check out my video on how to effectively use our Magoosh vocabulary apps to make some serious headway into getting your dream verbal score. Mason from Magoosh here, reminding you that while studying for the GRE might be challenging, you do not have to go it alone. So check out our other videos, subscribe to our channel for more advice on how to effectively and enjoyably study for the GRE. We'll see you around. First, let's talk about how we should evaluate a quabity. Every single practice question in the Magoosh